All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing your daily horoscope for Thursday, the 7th of January, 2021. We've got a jam-packed day in astrology. Mars is now moved into the sign of Taurus. All right, we've got the moon at the later degrees of Libra, still creating a square early in the morning to Pluto and to Mercury. And that is what I want to talk about first before we jump into, because the moon is going to move on to the sign of Scorpio as the day moves on. And of course, the sun is still in the sign of Capricorn as well. So we got Mercury, Pluto, and the sun all in the sign of Capricorn. Okay. As I'm making this video into early in the morning, we have the moon in the sign of Libra. Okay. Our emotional needs about balance. Okay, this is mom and pop shop, right? The emotional moon is about mom and pop shop. It doesn't always want to take those risks, okay? To go to that sense of Wall Street, okay? That's Capricorn's job. Capricorn's job is to add pressure. Okay, this is extremely, extremely important message today. All right, so if you do like what I'm having to say right now, please give it a like, a share, a subscribe, or whatever. Pass it to a friend that needs this, because we're going to be talking about stress and the importance of stress. Okay, in a stress-free environment. Okay, the Libra energy wants everything to be balanced and easy. Okay, equal, which is a beautiful thing. Okay, the Capricorn energy adds pressure to everything. Saturn adds pressure. Without pressure, coal would just be coal. We would never have a diamond. You see how important that is. Okay, another way to look at this is if things were just left as they were. Okay, the tree is beautiful in its unique shape, in its unique form, just as it is, without adding any pressure, without adding anything into it. Okay, but now we bring the human element into it. Okay, we add the stress, we add pressure, and we can change this once beautiful just tree as it is, and honoring that tree for what it is. And now we can make a boat. And with this boat, we can bow and bend this wood to create that boat. Okay, that creates stress, but that stress is needed to create the boat. And with that boat, we are allowed to sail, right? Think of it like this. That same tree, okay, we chop it down, we mold it and add so much pressure to bend it almost to the point of breaking. But it doesn't break. And because we can bend and add stress to this wood, which this Libra energy just wants to leave it alone. The Libra energy doesn't want to create the waves. Just be as is, just be a tree. And if everything just was, and if the Libra just said, just be a tree, we would never be able to add that stress to that wood and create a cello, or a violin, or a guitar, or drums, okay? And think of the beautiful music that has been able to be made, that inspires us, that lifts us up when we're down, because we're adding stress to that wood. Okay, stress is extremely important in our lives. Okay, goes back to that, how do lobsters grow? It's stress, it's pressure. When we feel pressure, what are we doing now? Okay, it's time to act, time to react. All right, so we need stress in our lives, because the stress is going to point us where things are imbalanced and where we need to move toward. Okay, if we apply too much pressure, too much stress as we're bending that wood, it will break and there will be no instrument to make beautiful sounds. Okay, this is an imbalance, but just the right amount of pressure applied, and now we can listen to Yo-Yo Man or Anushka Shankar, Ravi Shankar, or any of the great musicians that have ever lived. Okay, Beethoven. You know, I mean, it's amazing. Or the sailors that have sailed across these great oceans and discovered land, and now we have trade and all of this stuff, you know. This is extremely important to understand how stress is a positive thing in our lives, because it maneuvers and moves us. Without that stress, we would be lazy people, lazy human beings just living off the fat of the land. Okay, so we need positive stress in our lives. We need tension at times. Okay, but it is about balance. Now our emotional moon moves out of the sign of Libra and enters the sign of Scorpio. Okay, so this 29th degree, now here we go, we're moving into the Scorpio here as our day moves along. And we're going to what? We're going to start to oppose, let me take it back here, sorry, we're going to start to oppose Mars. Mars, you know, now freshly in the sign of Taurus. This is focusing on our physical well-being, our physical bodies. This is focusing on what is ours, what we're moving toward. Mars here is conjunct to Uranus, and it's going to be conjunct to Uranus for another week. I don't have it pulled up in front of me how long it's going to be there. I think it's the 18th, something like that is when it's the conjunction, or the 18th or the 20th. I think maybe it is the 20th, inauguration day. So we're going to be feeling this energy, this pressure. Mars moving forward in a sign it doesn't love to be in, Taurus, because Mars is fast and wants to move. And Taurus is that stiff wood. Okay. Mars says we have to bend this and maneuver it. And we have to add these stresses to change what is this normal thing into the creation that we're trying to create. Right? We're not just out there abusing a tree. We're manipulating it in a positive way to create something new. And then as we move along, the moon is obviously still creating this opposition to Uranus. Okay, this is where we need this stress to create a release emotionally. This is Uranus's job, is to create the release. Okay, the emotional moon's job is to say, what do I need right now? I need to go to the depths of my own soul and see what I need to change. I need to connect with those things that I love, those things that I value. And what's in my sign? Venus, what's in my sign? Well, we've got Mars saying, take action in this. We've got Uranus saying, create change in this. If you don't like where you're at, change it. And this little quintile is happening here between healing Chiron, the North Node, and the Pluto. It's like Pluto is about transformation, and Capricorn is that stress and pressure. Okay, so when we have transformation and stress and pressure, and Pluto is very unforgiving. It says, I don't care, the same with that Saturnian aspects of Capricorn and Saturn. I don't care if you're the nicest, kindest person in the world, you jump out of a window, you're going to fall and gravity's going to take over. There's no exceptions to these laws, and with the pressure that Pluto is adding on here, this is like, I need you to change. Change is inevitable. Change is a must. Change is necessary. Okay, this transformation of ourselves and how we govern ourselves is absolutely necessary. And I meaning Pluto, I'm going to put the pressure on you to change your life, to change what you are not happy with, to govern yourself in a better way. Why? Because you are not happy with the life that you had. This is why we're going through and making a new life. It's just like, it's like we can be happy with who we were yesterday, the day before, and as long as we're making these better strides, to be a better person than we were yesterday. But that's like the key here is like there's something is changing in our lives. We're letting go of something. We're moving into a new direction. There's an emotional release going on because there's pressure saying that something needs to change. Everything as is not is perfectly as it is, but I need to add my own assertive energy into this to take what is just this simple tree and make it into a beautiful instrument or a beautiful boat that I can sail with. Okay? So what are we creating here with this stress? What are we creating with this pressure in our lives? Something positive. Okay, there's always something positive come out there. And what is important is that we don't go back to drugs. We don't go back to our old habits. We don't go back to these old ways of escaping, and that's what Neptune squared the nodes, and it was exact yesterday on Wednesday, and it's still very relevant here. It's like Neptune here. This is I said it 1,000 times probably on this channel. This is why we have the opioid epidemic and we have the rise of the shamans in plant medicine. Is Neptune in Pisces. Okay, this is why we have people using technology to connect with people, and we have people using technology to escape reality. Okay, which life are we trying to go toward? This new unknown life. And that means the pressure that we're going to be receiving is going to be unknown. It will be unfamiliar, which means Mars, our planet of action, conjunct Uranus, means we're going to be uncomfortable. We're stepping into new territory. And if it's saying, hey, I'm done smoking, I'm done consecrating Santa Maria, smoking weed or drinking or pills or any unhealthy habit. It doesn't have to be drugs. It could be food. It could be absolutely anything. And this is saying, I need to honor my body. I need to honor my body temple. This physical meat suit is what houses my spiritual being. And I need to take care and honor myself. I need to love myself. And that's the beautiful connection with the moon and Venus going on today. That septile. Bringing awareness to this and how much this stress is something that it's a fine balance in our lives. We need that stress. Otherwise, we would just, like I said, be kind of lazy and we wouldn't change. Creatures of habit. And that's part of Uranus's job and Mars' job moving through Taurus. Cows get stuck in ruts. They walk the same path, the same path, the same path. We're not cows. We're not meant to walk the same path, the same path, the same path. We're meant to spiral out, not be Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail, just going in a circle, right? So it's time to spiral out. And this stress, the pressure that whatever we're feeling in our lives, all right, time to spiral out and honor and thank this stress for the beauty that it creates in our lives. And going to the emotional depths to figure it out as what it is that we need right now to come out on top, what it is that we need to create. All right, my friends, powerful, powerful energy today. Thank you, as always, for hanging out with me. I love you. I truly mean that. And I wish you enough stress and enough release, all of it. Have a beautiful day.